Hello guys, and welcome to my first video. I'm Miles. I am new to Gamespresso, and I will be showing you some Final Fantasy XIV gameplay today. Okay, yeah, so a little bit about me. I'm one of the Gamespresso intern writers right now. I've been working on a couple of articles there. And I love to play lots of MMOs, RTSs, MOBAs. Today I'm going to show you some gameplay of a lot of the dungeons that are only accessible at level 50 for Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video from this tank's perspective. It's a lot easier to get in the queue for those of you familiar with MMOs as a tank. I don't want to spend a lot of time waiting around recording myself talking for the DPS queues. So yeah, we're just gonna go into a random expert level. This is end game content, and these are just 4-man dungeons. Anyone can do once they hit level 50, and as long as they have a certain item level, pretty sure. Oh yeah, and you have to like get through some of the story for some of them, I believe. Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV for about 4 or 5 months. I have 3 classes at max level. I main Dragoon, so this isn't actually the class that I think the best at. But I've always loved tanking, and I have experience with other MMOs. So the class I'm playing right now is Warrior. This party is made up of a black mage, a dragoon, and a white mage. And it looks like we got one new guy. Dragoon. No, he was just watching the cutscene. I don't know. So Warrior is kind of an interesting tank class. For a tank, it deals a lot of damage. It has a high health pool, but it has much less resistances than the paladin class. It has very high aggro though, so it can hold multiple enemies very easily. It's a combo focused class and has 2 sets of skill combos, as well as a mechanic that stacks every time you do your combo correctly. Black Mage is pulling off of me. I'm a little rusty. I haven't actually been playing Final Fantasy too often. But I am very excited for the new content coming in June. Heavensward, the expansion, was amazing, and I really want to get back into it. And hopefully, some of these gameplay videos will actually get you guys into it as well. I know I have a lot of friends that are actually looking at the expansion and thinking about whether or not they want to get it and start up. I mean, I give it nothing but praise usually, but you know, MMOs, subscription based, people need a reason, I guess, a personal reason to actually like it. So I guess showing you guys some of this gameplay, hope will get you all excited the way I am for it. gonna die. Okay, benediction. That's what I love about white mages when I'm playing warrior. Because I have low resistances, it's easy for warriors to get hit really hard in those big pulls like that. And white mages have this thing called benediction, which is basically just a full heal. And yeah, right now we're just going through trash mobs, so I'm just trying to talk about random stuff until the bosses. But okay, yeah, so I was talking about the warrior class. And the warrior class is a really interesting tank class, not only because of the damage it deals, but because of how it does it. There's this mechanic, it's this one skill, it's called Defiance. And it increases your aggro, threat gen, as well as lowering your damage by a little bit. But yeah, so it makes you a better tank in the way that you're able to hold aggro easier. But every time you do a combo skill, you get a stack of wrath from Defiance. And at 5 stacks, and wait, let me see. Those stacks of wrath increase crit hit rate by a little bit, and at 5 stacks of wrath you get a whole like I guess you get a whole bunch of other skills that consume those 5 stacks of wrath to your disposal. But you can only use it when you have 5 stacks. And so I'm at a TP right now. And so comboing effectively, so you have these skills up more often, really separates the good warriors from the bad warriors. And there's a whole bunch of them. Not gonna go into like all the detail about the intricacies of warrior, but if you like a combo-based class, warrior, and you want to make tanking interesting, warrior's the way to go. These guys will not wait for me to get my TP back up. Okay, this is the first boss. It's not that hard. Most people just, you know, tank it down, kill it. But it has this one move, which you'll see in a second, where it marks a target and then shocks them with this lightning blast. In order to avoid that damage, because it's actually massive, you go and stand behind one of the 4 statues until he's done casting it. After he's done casting it, he'll pick another target to charge at them. This move is unavoidable. So what people usually do is they just move up right next to him again so that it doesn't displace the boss and you can keep tanking it as normal. Normal tank rules apply, you know. Beat on it, keep your aggro up, debuff it when you can. Stay out of telegraph. Turn the boss away from party, you know, all that good MMO stuff. Very simple fight, as long as no one dies from the lightning beam. I've seen healers get destroyed because they were distracted by the lightning beam. Okay, let's see what we got here. I already have those. Petrified logs for crafting. So yeah, even though this is technically endgame content, level 50 stuff, people really only run these things for special currency that you can only get from these endgame dungeons. This isn't anywhere near the hardest content in the game, and doesn't give anywhere near the best rewards and gear and stuff. But it's a stepping stone, and the currency that you get from it gives you access to one of the best sets in the game right now that you can only obtain through that currency. So we're just killing more of these trash. What else is possible? So, yeah, so I guess, like I said, I've played a bunch of, why would you add that? So annoying. So annoying when people don't let tanks do their job. Like, buddy. So like I said, I've played, other MMOs in the past. Mostly a lot of free-to-play ones. I mean, I don't come from the richest family or anything, so it's not like they provide me with subscriptions. I've been focused on schoolwork for the majority of my life. So I play a lot of free-to-play ones, but I do have experience with you know, MMOs of this caliber, as I did play World of Warcraft. That being said, my time in World of Warcraft was probably some of the least enjoyable. I never thought I would like this combat system as much as I do in this game. Something about tab targeting, you know, sitting there, taking the hits, dodging the shiny circles, and lines. It felt really boring to me until I got like really involved in, I guess, actually realizing that there was a lot of mechanical skill and micromanaging that needed to be done at like the basic level, like character level, and I think that that's something that a lot of people will shy away from games like this in. It's like, oh, the way you fight isn't as interesting as like a ton of action MMOs that are out right now, and more like a more active combat style. People would say like, you know, this is like kind of passive in the way the game plays, but I think a lot of people who also say that haven't really given it a chance, haven't tried to get to endgame, get really bored in the beginning and on the more simple things. But when it gets complicated, it gets complicated. And I'd say that a lot of the really hard like raids and trials in this game are actually pretty challenging. So if you think you're gonna get bored, I guess just know that I've had a lot of fun with the endgame content. And once again, I'm really excited to see what else Square Enix pulls out when Heavensward drops. Just 1 second. DPS are always. Wow, I just said that. Are always so impatient. Like, just because they can keep doing their job consistently doesn't mean that everyone is unlimited in that regard. I mean, like, so I know you guys can't see the chat, but this guy was asking, oh, why such small pulls? Like, it's because I was basically out of TP pulled to pull, because these guys kept running ahead, but and like pulling stuff in between. I mean, the dungeons, I think, weren't designed to like have such large pulls. I mean, there's obviously groups of enemies stationed like throughout the dungeon. You're probably supposed to, like, when it first came out, we weren't like our item levels weren't as strong as dear God. Our item levels weren't as strong as they are now, obviously. And so you couldn't do those big pulls, but now everyone's so impatient, they're just running this to get their... If I don't get healed... Okay. They're just running this to get their currency, like, it's not something that people actually want to be here for, which is kind of sad and annoying. Because I still find these dungeons fun. I mean, like, after a while, it is kind of like going through the motions, but I mean, it's not like that for everyone. You're still in a group, blah blah. Yeah, sorry. So that last boss actually went down really quickly. It's nothing that hard. Just stay out of the telegraphs, and when he goes invisible, kill the little light orb that you saw us kill. To reveal him. You gotta stand in it and then go stand near him to reveal him. So this next part, we just have to kill waves of enemies before a certain time limit runs out. And they're just trash. But, and with the DPS, like I said, everyone's pretty much overgeared for this stuff at this point. So I'm not worried about the DPS. When I first started, though, we did have a couple of groups where they just didn't have the gear to do this part in the amount of time. People weren't good enough, didn't know what they were doing. finally a flare. Flare is a black mage skill that hits like a truck, and it's AoE. This guy hasn't been using it very much, I don't know why. It's another reason I haven't been doing like the biggest pulls, because I don't think this black mage is actually very good. Okay, see, easy peasy. Nothing to worry about, we still have plenty of time. This final boss is pretty easy too. I'll just explain what happens as it goes along. It's got a couple of phases, I guess. It's nothing that's like that big a deal. Alright, going in. Starts off just like any other boss fight. Okay, so when he does that, he's invulnerable in the middle. We have to kill the three things, the things that are tethered to him to stop that circle from increasing. Because at the end of his cast timer, he unleashes an attack. Okay, I'm glad he moved out of that circle. That's an insta-kill. And if we don't kill the things on the edge, that circle keeps getting bigger and bigger until it fills the whole stage. This is another thing that he does. He traps the player in this goop, and that player can't move, but he can still attack the goop that he's in. But after a certain amount of time, he unleashes an attack. Doesn't hit that hard, but it is a strain on healers. So people usually just, I mean, the goop is not that hard to destroy, people usually get out of it. Really easy. Okay, this next phase, he does the same thing, but instead he traps two people in the goop before casting the thing. See the circles getting bigger and bigger. There's only one thing, but it's got basically the health of the first three. Got zone spin up, right? Dragoon is the epitome of impatience. And he does. Okay. Break, and easy peasy. Not a single problem there. Well, basically painless. I think people usually like to do this run like a lot faster, but it's whatever. People like to rush through content. But yeah, so that dungeon was Amdapor Keep hard mode, and it's one of the 3 dungeons in the expert roulette, end game content for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I'm probably going to be making more videos of Final Fantasy XIV gameplay in preparation of for Heavensward. I'll probably just continue to show you guys maybe some of the raids. There's 3 raids right now that's done with large groups, or maybe some of the turns of Bahamut, which are some pretty hard boss fights. Maybe some primals. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but I plan on giving you guys a good look at the state of the game, at least before Heavensward, and then covering Heavensward when it comes out. So stay tuned. I'm Miles. I'll be putting out more videos for you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Gamespresso website. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.